Once upon a time, in a small town by the river, there lived a man named Arun. He was a painter, known for his bright colors, but also for his bad memory. Everyone liked him because he was polite, funny, and never argued with anyone. But Arun had one big problem. He forgot everything. Sometimes he forgot where he kept his paintbrushes. Sometimes he forgot what he had to paint. And sometimes he even forgot to take payment after finishing a job. People often laughed and said, "Arun, you're a great artist, but your memory is smaller than a paint tin." Arun just smiled and replied, "Maybe I forget things, but I never forget to smile." One morning, Arun got a visit from a rich man named Mr. Kumar, the owner of a large house near the market. Mr. Kumar said, "I want you to paint a big mural on my wall, a painting that shows the beauty of our town. If you do it well, I'll pay you 10 gold coins." Arun's eyes lit up. 10 gold coins. That was more than he had earned in a year. He agreed happily and promised to finish the painting in 7 days. He took his brushes, paints, and a small ladder and went to Mr. Kumar's house the next morning. The wall was big and clean, like a white canvas waiting for a story. Arun started sketching the outline of the hills, trees, and people. But soon, as always, he got distracted. A butterfly flew near his brush, and he followed it with his eyes for a long time. Then he forgot where he was painting. By noon, half the wall was colorful, but half was still blank. The next day, Arun came again, but this time, he brought the wrong paint. Instead of blue, he had green. He looked at it and said, "Maybe the sky can be green for a change." He laughed and continued painting. When Mr. Kumar came to see the work, he frowned. "What is this? A green sky? People will laugh at me." Arun scratched his head, embarrassed. "Oh, I must have mixed the colors by mistake." Mr. Kumar sighed. "I'll give you 2 more days. Please don't make any more mistakes," Arun promised. But the next day, it rained heavily. His painting got wet, and many colors started dripping down the wall. When the rain stopped, Arun stood in front of the messy wall and whispered sadly, "All my hard work, gone." That night, he couldn't sleep. He thought, "Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe people are right. I'm just a forgetful fool." But early in the morning, he heard the sound of birds outside his window. He saw the sunrise, shining over the wet wall. Something beautiful caught his eye. The rain had mixed the colors together in strange new ways. The green sky turned into soft shades of blue and yellow. The brown ground became golden, with little red lines that looked like sun rays. It looked magical. Arun smiled for the first time in days. He said to himself, "Maybe mistakes can create something more beautiful than perfection." He decided to complete the painting using those new patterns. He didn't erase anything. He worked with the mistakes instead of hiding them. He added birds flying over the melted colors, people dancing under a rainbow, and children playing near the river. When Mr. Kumar came again, after 2 days, he was surprised. He stood there quietly for a long time, just staring. Finally, he said, "Arun, this is amazing. The colors, they look alive." Arun smiled shyly. "It rained on the painting, sir. I thought everything was ruined, but I decided to continue anyway." Mr. Kumar laughed. "Well, your forgetfulness has become a gift. Everyone in town will want to see this." And he was right. Within a week, people from nearby villages came to see the magical wall painting. They called it the dancing colors. Children stood and tried to count the birds in the sky. Old men said they could almost feel the wind in the painting. And travelers took photos and told stories about the forgetful painter who made a masterpiece by accident. One day, a man from the king's court visited the town. When he saw the wall, he said, "The king is building a new palace. We need someone like you to paint it." Arun couldn't believe it. He was invited to the royal palace, not for his perfection, but for his mistake. At the palace, Arun painted walls filled with dreams, forests, rivers, children, animals, and golden sunsets. He never stopped forgetting things, but now people said it was part of his charm. Even the king smiled and said, "Sometimes a forgetful heart remembers beauty better than a careful mind." Arun returned to his village with more gold coins than he could count, though of course he misplaced a few of them later. But he didn't care. He used the money to rebuild the old school in his village and painted its walls with bright colors. Children from every home came to learn there, and under his paintings, they studied happily every day. Years later, when people walked through the town, they still saw Arun's first mural on Mr. Kumar's wall. The paint had faded a little, but the message remained strong. Beauty is not in being perfect. It's in continuing after your mistakes. Sometimes life doesn't go the way we plan. We make mistakes, take wrong turns, or forget something important. And it feels like everything is ruined. But the truth is, our mistakes don't end our story. They shape it. Remember Arun, the painter who accidentally colored the sky green. People laughed at him, and even he thought he had failed. But when the rain fell, his mistake turned into something magical. The colors mixed, and the wall became a masterpiece. That's what life is like. When we stop trying to be perfect and start learning from what went wrong, we discover beauty we never expected. Failure doesn't mean we are not good enough. It means we are learning, growing, and still have something amazing to create. Perfection is silent, but mistakes teach, inspire, and bring life into our story. Arun's art became famous not because he never failed, but because he had the courage to continue after failing. He didn't hide his errors, he turned them into color, and that became his greatest success. So if you ever feel like you've ruined something, take a step back, breathe, and look again. Maybe that broken moment is where your masterpiece begins. Because real beauty isn't in perfection. It's in continuing despite your mistakes and trusting that your journey still has colors left to paint.